Oh my gosh, it's a new year!
Yes, it is, and you know what that means?
What does that mean?
That means new recipes.
Ooh, I can't wait!
I can't wait either. We've got some great recipes coming up.
I am so excited.
Yes, me too.
Do I get to get my hands dirty?
Yes, you do.
Woo, even better.
And today is no exception.
This is already sounding good.
I know.
Although I am kind of sad.
About?
I walked in today and Christmas was torn down.
Oh, yeah. That happened New Year's Day.
Oh,
come
it's so
on.
sad.
I know.
It's so sad. My tree's still up.
Well, we know this.
Christmas continues on in my house.
And that's great. I have to move on. No, you know me. I would love it to be Christmas all year. And it's going to be Christmas all year here. And why is that?
Why is that?
Reach below.
I see.
There it is.
Christmas.
Keep going.
Christmas.
That's another parchment, okay?
Christmas.
There we go. This is foil.
And Christmas.
Yep. Press and seal. There it is.
Oh man. And if you want to know why we have this, watch our after Christmas haul video.
That's right. Well, oh holy cannoli. Because what we're going to do today is we're going to help you to be the hero of your household.
Hero?
Hero. This recipe that we have today is you're going to be loved.
Oh. It's because I wasn't loved already?
Well, when it came to cooking,
maybe not so much.
not so much.
What are we doing?
We are going to be doing 3-ingredient bread today that you can make every day of the week. And the bread comes out like it came from a bakery.
Well, that's awesome.
Yes. So,
okay.
let's get going.
Let's get going.
All right.
Hi, I'm Tara.
And I'm Susan. And welcome to our channel. All right, so this is how easy this recipe is. I made 3 loaves of this last night, and I timed myself, and it took me 13 minutes to prepare it for baking.
I bet you I could do it faster.
Oh, wow.
We gotta have a timer. We have to
Maybe we
start
should.
racing.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to start off with 3 cups of flour.
Okay.
Think you can do that?
I hope so.
And I think you can get it all in the bowl. Now, I got to remember, we talk about this all the time. Cooking and baking are 2 different things, okay? Baking, you have to have exact measurements in the bowl. Because we want... Well, you know what? I don't care if it gets on you. As long as it gets in the bowl. How's that?
Okay.
Okay. We're starting over.
Oh man, that
Look,
was good.
I told you.
Drops are not gonna
They
matter.
are 3 cups in the bowl. So do it a little bit lower to the bowl this time. And you'll get it in there. Wow. Oh my gosh.
See, Holland.
Isn't that interesting that things I tell you to do actually work? Okay, there's another cup. Very good.
Okay, one more.
One more. You know, we could bake another loaf of bread just on the counter.
You want to?
No. Well, I'll let that go. Okay.
Okay.
All
You did
right.
it.
Okay. I took out my Valentine
Oh.
measuring spoons.
Always a month early.
Yes.
It's not February
So
yet.
there you go.
Okay.
There we go. So we want 1 teaspoon, level teaspoon of salt.
Out of this jar that says salty.
Isn't that cute?
Don't be salty.
Okay. Okay, just make sure that you do a 1/2 teaspoon of rapid rise yeast.
What's rapid rise?
Well, think about that. Rapid rise makes it rise quicker. Very good. Okay. Now, that's it for the ingredients. That's all that goes in here.
That's
3
awesome.
cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of rapid rise yeast. Okay, now we need 1.5 cups of warm water.
It has to be warm.
Warm water, let's kind of talk about this too. You don't want it exceedingly hot because it's going to kill the yeast, but you want it above cool because you need to activate the yeast. I look at it,
Now I'm scared.
if you have babies, then you know how when you do the test on your wrist when you're doing the the
Yeah.
bottle, that's how you want it. You want it so it's not exceedingly hot or too cool.
Okay, so I guess we're
right in the middle.
I guess we're putting in bottled water.
Oh my goodness.
Here we go.
See?
Bottled water coming up.
No! Gotta be exact.
Gotta be exact here.
Again, we're working with bread. Okay, don't pour it in yet because we want to get a wooden spoon.
Does it have to be wooden?
Now, this is interesting because I've tried it both ways. Yes. When you're stirring this, I always find that a wooden spoon is easier.
Oh, great.
Not the silicone.
Now we got different
I know.
spoons and spatulas.
Well, this is
and-
because I have made this bread so many times that I can honestly tell you what's going to work the best. Okay,
Okay,
so
wooden spoon.
another easy thing, or easier when you're doing this, make sure that when you pour this water, you do it around the rim. So this way, your flour is wet from the outside in.
Why?
You'll see. So
Okay.
pour it just on the outside of the flour.
Okay, here comes the bottled water.
Oh my goodness, you're going to confuse people. There you go. Okay. Perfect! Boy, you actually did that exactly like I wanted you to. Okay, take your spoon now and just start mixing it together. Don't go crazy because I don't want flour coming out of this bowl. Okay, there you go.
It's kind of gloppy.
Nope,
and
you're doing exactly what you're
it's
supposed
like
to.
a big giant glob.
Nope, that's exactly what you're supposed to do. Okay, so now we've got it all together. Look at that. It's one big
Glob.
glop. Okay, this is how it should look. Just like that.
One giant
One big giant
lumpy.
blob. It doesn't have to look pretty. It just needs to sit in the bowl. Okay, now, that's how easy that was. So now we just got to put some saran wrap over it and we let it sit. And believe me, after we just showed everybody, we got plenty of it. Okay?
Yeah, you sure do have
Okay.
plenty of it. Giant thing of saran wrap. Who needs this much saran wrap in their life?
Now, with all of that sitting down there, why in the world would you put this one up here?
Because this is the giant mother load of saran wrap.
So you want to make sure that it's fully covered all around. There we go. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
That's it. Now let's
what?
talk about this, okay? So you can either make this at night before you go to bed, and then the next morning you get up, it's ready for you to bake. Or you can do this before you go to work in the morning, and then when you get home from work in the afternoon, it's ready to bake. Either one. It's got to at least sit for 6 to 8 hours.
And voila!
Voila! Oh, smell that. Oh, I just love it. What's it smell like to you?
Beer?
Yeah? It's the yeast.
It's supposed to smell like beer?
Yes, it is. Isn't that great? This is where you get to start playing with your food. Okay? So just take your hand and just kind of spread that around. Okay, so now this is when you use the silicone spatula, not the wooden one. Okay?
Why?
Taking it out of the bowl, for some reason, it doesn't stick.
Okay.
So I'm just telling you, I've made this
You
bread
just-
100
just
times.
Flop it over.
No. You want to watch me first?
Why can't you plop it over?
Because you can't. And don't. What you want to do is you want to just take your spatula and you want to just get it into a nice ball before it even gets on your cutting board. There we go. See? And it didn't stick to the spatula. You just have to try it anyway, huh?
I got it into a bowl.
But look, you left half of it in the pan. Now what you want to do is make sure that your hands are nice and floured. Okay? So you have, some on your hands. Okay?
Okay.
Now you want to just take your dough and start at the outside and kind of just bring it into the middle. Okay, make sure now you flour your hands again because you're going to want to pick it up.
Oh man.
Okay, put it in your hand. Make sure that your flour again is all distributed so it's not going to stick when you turn it over. And then you want to plop it over. Well, that was the wrong word to
plopped
use.
it over?
Yeah, you did.
And I made it.
Okay, so with yours, you want to make yours in a round shape. Okay, but you're doing too much actual kneading to this. Okay, all you need to do is just literally just kind of turn it around like this, and it will just go into a nice round shape without you actually pressing on it and doing all sorts of weird things to it. There, see? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shape mine into a regular loaf of bread. That way we can show you how to do it in two separate types of bread pans. Okay, so we have to let this rest for 30 minutes. So we're going to set the timer for 15 minutes.
15? I thought you said 30.
I know. So when the timer goes off, the last 15 minutes is going to be preheat in the oven, and you must preheat the pans also. Okay? So we're going to set the timer now at 15 minutes.
Okay, we'll see you in 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Okay, the timer went off. So now, this next 15 minutes, we're going to go ahead and set the timer again for 15 minutes, and we're going to turn on the oven to 450 to preheat. But we also have to preheat our bread pans too.
So we just put an empty pot in there.
We put an empty pan. Yes, we do. Yes. And let's talk about these pans. Okay, so when I first got the recipe called for a Dutch oven. This is a Dutch oven. This is a 4-quart Dutch oven. So this I only use for this bread.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you why. Because this is a very well-seasoned pot.
It's rusty.
No, not rusty. There's no rust in there. Nope, nope, nope.
It's going to get all over the bread.
No, it won't. You'll see. This is like at least 100 loaves have been baked in this pot.
I know. It looks like 100 loaves.
I know. Because at first I had to spray this with non-stick sticking spray. Okay? And so that's what kind of causes that to do that. So it's so well seasoned that I don't have to do that anymore.
Do you ever wash it?
No!
You don't wash it?
No! You just wipe it out with a paper towel after you're done.
And that's why it looks like that.
And that's why it looks this way. It's called seasoned. Okay? Just like this pan. This is the pan that we used to make the pumpkin bread and the banana bread. This is a well-seasoned pan. Same thing. You always have to put the non-stick spray in here, but now you don't have to do that anymore because it's so well seasoned. You just have to wipe them out with a paper towel.
Okay.
Okay? So, okay. Now, both of these have lids.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. But I've also made this bread in just a regular 9x5x5 bread pan without the lid.
Okay.
Okay? So, we're going to set the timer for another 15 minutes, preheat the oven to 450, and we're going to put the pans in the oven.
Okay, we're just going to be cooking empty pans.
Cooking empty pans.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Timer went off.
All right, you got your gloves on?
Taking out empty pots. Okay. Here's a cooked pot. Here's a cooked bread pan.
Okay.
Just a...
And again, just always remember that even though there's nothing in them, they're 450 degrees. Okay?
Empty pans
Of empty pan.
that are cooked.
Yes. Okay, so let's finish off this bread and get it in the oven baking. Now, the last thing you need to do with your bread dough is just to score it. That'll give it the ability to expand. I don't know why, with my cutlery skills, I always want to, wave my little knife around. Okay, now because mine's going to be like a regular loaf of bread, I'm going to score it with just 3 diagonal slits on the top. You, because you have the round one, you're going to score it with like a cross. There we go, or an X. Okay? Just like that. Now, make sure, one more time, that you get your hands well floured. All right, just be very super careful when you take off the lids. Now, as careful as you can, because this is a sticky dough. What you want to do, you're going to be really surprised too. A lot of times I plop this dough right in the pan and you're thinking to yourself, oh my word, that's not going to come out very nice. But it does.
So you just drop it in?
You just pick it up from the bottom.
Oh man.
Okay? Pick it up from the bottom and plop it in. There you go, just like that. Well, of course, you had to do it so high that, we're probably going to have to shake that a little bit to kind of get it.
I thought you said it didn't matter.
And now we want to put them in the oven for 30 minutes.
Okay.
Okay?
See you in 30 minutes.
See you in 30 minutes. Okay, so the timer went off.
It went off.
So now what we're going to do is we're just going to check them because they have a lid on them. We want to take the lids off and just make sure that they're brown enough on top. If not, if you want to get it a little bit more crusty, a little more brown on top, you just take the lids off and you cook it or bake it for another 5 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
So I guess we're going to check and see if the bread is crusty.
Let's check and see.
Okay.
Okay, what do you think?
Is this crusty enough for you?
Yeah, it is. It is for me. Is it for you?
I don't know.
Okay, go ahead. Just turn it on over.
Oh man.
There we go. All right. Woo!
Okay.
There's one.
Next one.
Just don't drop it on the floor.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. So there you go.
All right, it was that easy.
Now this should be a staple of your home.
3 ingredients, overnight bread.
That's it. Okay, so I am so excited to teach you and you more easy recipes just like this. So subscribe down below and keep on watching.
Keep on watching, and don't forget to hit like and ring that bell.
And just remember, it's always better when you do it together.
Beauty
And the Queen Bee
signing out.
Bye. I just love this little cup you gave to me.
It's perfect for you.
I know. Queen Bee. You finally got it right.
Yes.
Okay.
You've only reminded me.
So that
1,000
means,
times.
Yeah. Well, now it's 1,001.
Well,
All
there
right.
you go.
Cheers.